These questions are hard.
Why do you think this is called Grilling with OJ? Where are we going today?
We're gonna pick up ingredients to barbecue.
Have you enjoyed your supercar purchase, or do you regret it? Positives and negatives of having one.
I don't regret it. I worked so much and I feel like I needed to treat myself. Like I wasn't living my life. My entire life was just working. So I think it was a nice purchase. And also it went up $80,000 since I first bought it.
Real age. There's no way you're in your 30s.
I turned 33 in October.
What is something you've done for a video, but now you regret?
I wouldn't say I regret anything. My philosophy in life is to learn from your mistakes. If not for those mistakes, then you don't grow from them, and they're all teaching experiences. There's some embarrassing moments. Nothing I regret.
Were you a good student?
At the time, I didn't know I had ADHD, but I was just barely passing school. I was told my entire life that I was really smart, but I just needed to apply myself. It's like going to a depressed person and being like, stop being depressed.
What was your high school experience like?
High school was one of the funnest times. That was before I had to be an adult, had to worry about bills and all those things. Junior high was probably my favorite. That's where I met most of my friends. I've known them for what, 20 years now?
How is your cat George doing now?
Who knows? How do they know about George? I never talked about George, did I? So my sister-in-law asked if she could adopt George, and I said, yeah, I would love if you could. I'll pay for the vet bills, get the vaccinations and everything. Turns out George is 13 years old, and now he's living happy with my sister-in-law. She spoils the heck out of him. We're at Safeway. We need steak ingredients. We need that crappy spice that my dad likes.
The crappy spice? The Montreal steak spice?
Yes. How do you know?
Because my parents use it.
It's a crappy one.
$5.93.
What are your favorite games?
I grew up with Blizzard games, Diablo 2, StarCraft 1. Those were the glory days. Warcraft 3 is where Dota started, and Dota started from StarCraft. A literal gaming genre started. I'm going on a tangent, that's gonna get cut out. Recently, I've been really enjoying Nintendo games, like casual Mario games, you know?
That Kirby game.
Yeah, that Kirby game that I streamed. They're casual, you can finish it in one sitting. 20 hours in one sitting, but still.
Who do you text the most?
Who do I message on Discord? I message a lot of people on Tribe a lot, but who do I text the most? Probably my Toronto Bay.
What would you say is the best thing to ever happen to you?
Hands down YouTube. With the creative expression of everything from the videos, thumbnails, and being able to share my knowledge in the beginning at least, until it's Clash Royale stopped releasing cards. So now it's just me posting and sucking at challenges. But yeah, I love sharing my passion with the whole world. It's just been a wild journey and it's been really life-changing. Should I just say it?
Yeah, you can just say it.
I pre-ordered a car for my dad, and I'll probably have a video in the future for that. Without YouTube, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to give back.
Did you grow up top middle class or low class?
Why is there only top middle class and low class? What?
I don't know.
Who asked that? I grew up pretty poor. My parents worked minimum wage their entire lives. They escaped the Vietnam War to come to Canada. They sacrificed everything to give me and my brothers the opportunity that we have today. I'm really grateful for that. I remember a time I was 4 years old and I wanted gum, but my mom just couldn't afford it back then. It was stretching the budget. She already had eggs and milk and bread.
What's the best non-gaming moment you felt proud about something?
I don't f***ing know. These are deep. One of the craziest moments was when I was able to just outright buy one of my dream cars. It's a mid-range car. It was a naturally aspirated V8. It made the vroom vrooms. That's when I knew that I was financially okay.
What did you originally want to do before YouTube? Did you drop out of high school for YouTube?
Dropped out of high school. I started YouTube when I was 26. I don't even know what I really want to do. I really like statistics. Actuarial sciences would have been good if I could have academically pursued it.
How often are you able to make time to see friends and family?
My parents are 73 now, and I make it a point to visit my parents at least once a week. The friends that I've known for over 20 years, we try to hang out once a month, give or take. Everyone's got kids, everyone's married now, except me. So everyone's just really busy with their schedules.
Was there a time during your YouTube career that you wanted to stop for another job?
My dream job is to have a stable 9 to 5. When I retire from YouTube, I want to work for Supercell. I want to work that sweet, cushy 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. That's it. I don't have to worry about waking up at 2 a.m. for the challenges or that the algorithm's mad at me. I really think that working for Supercell would be one of my dream jobs because I really enjoy game design. I have a lot of skill sets I could bring for Supercell. Voice acting, Supercell, hello? I'm the voice actor of Muscle Cookie.
When do you consider a video to be a success?
I don't care about the number of likes or views or anything like that. If I watch the video and I genuinely laugh at it, if I have a belly laugh, that's a success. That means that someone else out there is gonna enjoy it just as much as I do, if not more. And I'm happy about that. What am I doing tomorrow? Is it my mom's birthday? I honestly don't remember.
What do you usually eat for breakfast?
Magic Spoon. Please sponsor me, Magic Spoon. Or high protein waffles. Please sponsor me, Flourish.
Did your family support you during your early times of your YouTube channel?
My early times of YouTube, I freaking had like 10,000 views in the first day. They were ecstatic the very first time it happened. I honestly didn't think I was gonna happen so quickly. I didn't even have any intentions of it blowing up, but it just did.
Why are you not married, engaged, or have a girlfriend?
I dated someone when I first started YouTube and I got really busy with everything, so things didn't work out back then and I wanted some time to myself. Then I found someone really amazing and we still talk today. I dated this other girl for a year and a half, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years, I don't remember. I think it was the whole 3 years. And it just didn't work out. We were really busy and different things happened. After that, I wanted some time to myself, focus on myself, as cliche as that sounds.
Any country you wish to visit?
I feel like I've been blessed with this job to travel everywhere around the world. Been around all of Asia, we've been to India once, but the thing about India is I was only there for 3 days. I didn't really get to experience that country and I would love to come back. The food in India just hits so differently, it's amazing.
If you had to quit all Supercell games, what game would you create content for?
Valorant, because
Are you even good at shooters?
I was good when I was 15, CS 1.5, 1.6, but I'm washed now. My reflexes are done. Better than that though. I made fun of her for being in bronze and she's like, actually, I'm in silver. I'm like, that's not something to brag about, Nat.
What aspects of making content do you enjoy the most and what motivates you to continue on?
My favorite part about YouTube is that it's always growing. Everything's always changing. There's always something new to learn. There's always new things to be able to express yourself creatively through all the videos and everything. I think is such a cool thing. I've never held a job for more than 2 years because I always get bored after learning everything. And YouTube is something that I could literally see myself doing for the rest of my life. Even if I joke that I retire and work for Supercell and all that stuff, but if I do, I'll slow down to one YouTube channel.
Is there something that you love to do but personally don't do all the time?
I love skiing and snowboarding. I just haven't had the time recently, and when you're in the mountains, you're there for the whole day. Before YouTube, I was a huge ski bum, and that was one of the greatest times of my life, and that's how I started Clash Royale. I played Clash Royale on the way to the mountains every day.
What are your plans for the future?
I don't really have any concrete plans for the future. I feel like I've been blessed with everyone supporting the channel and everything that I can literally do whatever I want. I'm just trying to find happiness, really. Whether that's through meditation, exercising, or just doing what you enjoy.
Do you plan on having kids?
I plan to have 8 kids so I can one-up Lex.
How are you doing mentally?
Doing a lot, but I didn't even realize that I wasn't doing well until after I started exercising more. But I feel great now. I feel like I have less brain fog, I have more energy, and I'm a lot happier these days.
Has making videos over the past years have a huge effect on your health? Ever felt like giving up?
In the beginning, when my channel was blowing up, I thought I needed to just drop everything. And there came a point where my nephew was born. I didn't get a chance to see him for 6 months because I was so busy with tech videos and everything that when I visited him, he didn't even know who I was. It was like, stranger danger. So that's when I kind of realized that I need to focus more on family and we're only here on this planet once.
Was there ever a moment in your life where you got depressed and never wanted to make content for a while?
Well, every YouTuber has a breakdown. I've had 3. There's one time where I didn't post for 2 weeks. There's another time where I didn't post for a month. There wasn't a lot of support back then for mental health with YouTubers, but everyone's a lot more aware of that these days.
If you could choose any anime universe to live in, which would it be?
My Dress Up Darling.
How do I say that? What is the kindest thing someone has ever done that has a huge impact in your life?
I think having Chief Pat reach out to me, he's been around the game longer. He's one of the original mobile gaming YouTubers, and to really mentor me, that's priceless.
How do you juggle making content, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and keeping good friends?
I used to have the mentality that, oh, I don't have enough time for this, but there's always time. There's 24 hours in a day. Working out can be as little as 10 minutes. It's a weak excuse for me to say that, oh, I don't have time. Then I can go in the basement. Oh, a home gym costs too much. A treadmill is thousands of dollars. You can skip for 10 minutes, and that's more cardio than 30 minutes of jogging outside or on a treadmill. So there's no excuse.
What is your least favorite Supercell game?
I would say Rush Wars was really great when it first came out, and then once you got high level, it got really repetitive. Imagine if you could only play Clash of Clans with a minion, a barbarian, and a balloon for 3 hours. That was endgame Rush Wars.
Do you wash your rice before you cook it?
Who doesn't? Are you a serial killer?
Are you slowly losing interest in YouTube?
No, I love it. Every day is different. We get to do different things. Today I'm cooking a steak.
How do you feel when money started coming in and you realized you could afford things like a supercar without feeling the big price tag on it?
Well, at the time I was depressed, so when I got the supercar, I didn't feel anything because I was literally working myself to death and I wasn't really taking care of my body, just working 19 hours a day. I wasn't sleeping properly. I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't exercising. I didn't realize it at the time, but I just wasn't in a good spot, but we're great now.
What are you going to put on the steaks?
It's really simple. We got salt and pepper. I don't like to put the pepper after. I like to have it kind of burnt on the steak. The salt in there, you got to put in a couple hours earlier. We're putting it in for 12 hours to let it rest in the fridge. A couple bay leaves, some thyme and garlic, and just let all the flavors seep into the juices. When it calls for 1 garlic, put really big garlics in there.
Just notice you have a lot of PewDiePie merch. How big or great is he as an inspiration for you to do YouTube?
Honestly, I didn't watch YouTube until I started. I didn't realize how great YouTube was. I really like PewDiePie because he's very genuine, he's very authentic, and he's not afraid to be vulnerable, and he doesn't cut out stuff, and that kind of causes him to get in trouble sometimes. I love genuine people, and that's why I love Molt, I love Kairos, Pat, Lex. Literally everyone in Tribe are really genuine people.
Who is your best friend?
Just with the person holding the camera. You set yourself up for that.
You asked me to choose the questions.
That's true, I got rear-ended, and the old lady that rear-ended me, she got out of the car and she was like, "You were speeding!" It's like, wait, if I was speeding, then how did you rear-end me? Anyways, it was a blessing in disguise because we got the paramedics to come to check her out, make sure she's okay, and she was great. She was a little dehydrated. Then they checked my blood pressure and it was like 130 over 110. And on the charts, that's kind of like on the red territory. Like, I'm at risk of heart disease. The paramedics were like, "Oh, you're just stressed. You got rear-ended. It's hot today." So then I shrugged it off like whatever. And then I went to the doctor the next month just for, you know, the regular tune-up, a little oil change here and there. It was still 130 over 110. And the nurse was like, "Oh, maybe you didn't sleep. Maybe you had some caffeine." I was like, "No, I had great sleep and I didn't have any caffeine yet." I was like, "Oh shit, I'm literally working myself to death. I'm sleeping 3 hours a day. I gotta get my stuff together." I went on the treadmill for 5 minutes and my feet started hurting for 5 minutes. I had no muscle for my feet for support or anything. The first day that I walked on the treadmill, the next day my abs were sore from walking. That's how unfit I was. And then from there, I had some help with nutritionists and meal planning and everything to get my macros in order. Long story short, it's pretty easy. 1 gram of protein for every centimeter of height generally works really well. Keep the calories low, and it's as simple as that. Have protein and get jacked.
What was one really small thing that made a big difference in your life?
I was in Helsinki in February. I was having breakfast with Kairos and I was bragging to him that, "Oh, I only need 3 hours of sleep and I can function really well and I get all this work done." Kairos, who never intrudes on anything and never says anything strongly, he looked me in the eyes and he said, "No, you don't get enough sleep." And I felt like that was a personal attack on my core. He was about to finish his master's in sports therapy and he had a specialization in sleep. That was a reality check, and from then on, I decided that I shouldn't feel guilty for sleeping. These have been marinating for a solid 24 hours. We're almost ready for the family barbecue. It's got to sous vide this baby.
Did you have any opportunities to pursue esports full time?
If esports were around when I was 16, it barely was. Team Liquid was like Steve and his friends in his basement back then. It wasn't a career. Gaming was not a career. I was so good, I'm confident that me and my friends would be professional Dota players in the bottomest, lowest leagues, and we would place last. But we'd still be good, like good enough to place last. That's good to me.
Depends on how much you tilt.
Oh, no. I tilt so hard. Oh, I dropped the grill, this is gonna hurt. Oh! We're trying to get the water to 130 right now. And we're just gonna plop in all the steaks. I've got 8 steaks because I've got my entire family coming over today. And did I have any opportunities? I would say that in 2016, I probably could have played Clash Royale competitively, but I realized that if I could train for 6 hours, or I could use that 6 hours to make content. I think I was just way more passionate about making content, and here we are going 0-10 in the 21 challenge.
Toilet paper, over or under?
Why would it be under? There's no reason for it to be under. Under, the cats get it, and it just rolls under gravity. Patent design shows the illustration of it going over. And And then these ones are gonna be well done because my parents are barbarians. It's cooked inside perfectly. I don't know if that sees it. It's amazing.
What is your perfect steak?
Medium rare, not too raw and not rock solid.
Will you ever go back to your old tech videos?
I've released a tech video every single new card since 2016 and I've never skipped a beat. It's that Supercell doesn't release any cards anymore. We need more new cards. Supercell.
How much more money do you need to be happy?
I think it's all a relative figure. It's more important that you take care of yourself mentally and physically. Oh, it's well done. My God. Look at it just curl up.
What convinced you to start pursuing mobile games instead of whatever you wanted to do at the time?
I don't know, is there a deep answer? I mean, I was a manager at Sunglass Hut for a little while, and after 3 years, there's only so much that I could learn from there. We were skiing in the mountains, and Clash Royale first came out. It was a 2-hour drive every day. I've been playing Clash of Clans since 2011, and I love Supercell games, so I was like, they're not gonna let me down. This is a great game. Download. I got addicted to it. I got really good at it. My friend Ryan told me, you've always been really good at games, so you should make videos and teach people strategy. I was like, oh, no one's gonna wanna watch me do that. He was like, no, man, just do it. I'll help you edit everything. So he helped me edit it, we posted it, and the first video got 10,000 views. And then the third video, it was featured in game, and that one got 1 million views. Ever since then, I was like, oh, I guess I could really do this.
If you knew something you do makes you happy, causes somebody else's pain, would you keep doing it?
I do that every day. I BM people all the time and it just brings me joy.
What would you do if you were told you only had a month to live?
I feel like I would still be posting videos. Maybe not so much gaming videos, but I would start traveling the world more, experiencing things, and kind of documenting that just because I really enjoy making videos.
I'd have to film with you then. Are you ever gonna make a new channel? Maybe a new game or a new genre?
I've had this on my list for a while, and I'm going to make a channel that kind of teaches people how to make content on YouTube. Because a lot of people think you gotta grind on YouTube, but that's not what you need to do. You need to make content that you'd be proud of. And I wanna kind of break that down on how to make content, as well as review equipment on microphones and other things that revolve around content. People always ask me, oh, what camera do you have? It's like, I have a ton of Sony cameras and they're thousands of dollars, but that's not gonna make good content. I'm filming on a Samsung right now. You don't need expensive cameras to make good content. I could film on a webcam and do just as well. And I wanna teach that on my new channel.
Dog.